You're 15. The sun burns your back as the ship docks along the Nile. You dawn to know it yet, but you've arrived in a world where your body is currency, and your voice means nothing. The air is thick with the smells of fish, spices, and the dust of 1,000 footsteps. You've been torn from the vibrant greens of your home in Nubia, from the familiar rhythm of village life where your laughter once echoed freely. The journey was a blur of fear and confusion, packed into the hull of a rough-hewn boat with others who share your terrified silence. The traders who captured you spoke in a harsh, guttural tone, their hands rough as they shoved you forward. Now, stepping onto the sun-baked earth of Egypt, you are blinded by the brilliant, unforgiving light. The world you knew, the one filled with the love of your family and the songs of your ancestors, has dissolved into a distant, painful memory. Here, under the watchful eyes of strange gods and even stranger men, you are no longer a daughter or a sister. You are cargo, a piece of merchandise delivered to a land of golden sand and stone giants that seem to mock your smallness, your powerlessness. The Nile, a river god to these people, flows indifferently beside you, a silent witness to your capture. You're pushed into a bustling marketplace, a chaotic swirl of sound and color that makes your head spin. The traders who own you strip away the tattered remnants of your clothing, leaving you exposed under the searing gaze of the desert sun. Men with calculating eyes circle you, their fingers prodding your arms, checking your teeth, and assessing the smoothness of your skin. They speak of your youth, your potential for bearing children, and the pleasing curve of your features, as if you were a prized Mare. Your identity, your spirit, the stories etched into your heart, none of it matters here. You are appraised and valued only for your physical attributes, a collection of desirable traits to be bought and sold. A wealthy nobleman, his face impassive and his robes pristine white, gestures towards you. A bag of silver clinks, and a deal is struck. Your life is exchanged for a handful of metal. You are led away, a rope still chafing your wrists, leaving behind the last vestiges of who you were. You have a new owner now, a master whose will is your law. Your worth has been decided by others, and you have been reduced to an object, a beautiful but empty vessel in their eyes. You are brought to a sprawling villa, a maze of cool, shaded courtyards and rooms adorned with vibrant frescoes. The opulence is staggering, a stark contrast to the simple hut you called home. But this is not a home. It is a gilded cage. You are given a new name, an Egyptian name that feels alien on your tongue, erasing the one your mother gave you. They dress you in fine linen, but it feels like a costume, a uniform that marks you as property. A stern older woman, the chief servant of the household, becomes your shadow. She teaches you the rules of this new existence, her lessons delivered in sharp, clipped tones. You learn to grind grain, to serve wine without spilling a drop, to arrange flowers in just the right way. But the most important lesson is silence. You are to be seen, not heard. Your voice, which once carried across the fields of your homeland, is now a prisoner in your own throat. You exist in the background, a silent fixture in the lives of your masters. Your presence as unremarkable as a piece of furniture. Life becomes a silent, choreographed performance. You learn to navigate the household with the quiet grace of a cat, your footsteps barely making a sound on the polished floors. Speaking is a privilege, not a right, and you are forbidden to utter a word unless directly addressed by your master or his family. Your days are filled with endless, repetitive tasks, each one performed under a cloud of unspoken threat. A misplaced cup or a moment of hesitation can earn you a sharp rebuke or a stinging slap. You communicate with the other enslaved people through fleeting glances and subtle gestures, a silent language of shared suffering and solidarity. In this world of enforced quiet, you become a keen observer, learning the intricate dynamics of the family you serve, the master's temper, the mistress's vanities, the children's whims. You are a ghost in your own life, moving through the world unseen, unheard, and unknown. Your thoughts and feelings are your only private sanctuary, a hidden garden no one else can enter. Every part of your being is meticulously controlled and polished for the benefit of your owners. Your every movement must be deliberate and graceful, your posture erect, your gaze demurely lowered. The mistress of the house teaches you to smile, not a genuine smile that springs from joy, but a practiced, placid expression designed to be pleasing and inoffensive. It becomes a mask you wear from sunrise to sunset, a shield to hide the fear and sorrow churning within you. You learn to anticipate the needs of your masters before they are spoken, to be attentive and obedient in every respect. Your body is no longer your own. It is an instrument for service, its purpose dictated by the whims of those who bought you. Every step you take, every task you perform, is a reminder that your existence is not your own. You are a reflection of your master's wealth and status, a living ornament in his grand household. The girl you once were, full of spirit and life, is buried deeper each day beneath layers of forced servitude and practiced submission. The days bleed into one another, each one a replica of the last. The vibrant memories of your past life begin to fade, replaced by the monotonous reality of your present. The taste of the wild berries from home, the sound of your mother's lullabies, the warmth of the sun on your skin as you played by the river, they become dreamlike, distant echoes from another world. You look at your reflection in a polished bronze mirror and see a stranger staring back, her eyes holding a sadness that feels ancient. This is your life now, a cycle of silent work, quiet meals, and dreamless sleep in a small, windowless room you share with other enslaved women. The concept of freedom, once as natural and essential as breathing, is now a relic of a forgotten past. It is a word that tastes like ash in your mouth, a beautiful, impossible dream. You are property, and property does not have dreams. It only has a purpose, and yours is to serve until the day you die. Weeks turn to months, and you start to feel the changes in your body, a sign of life growing inside you. In a place where souls are owned, that life might be your only escape. You're 17 now. The house whispers when you walk past. You carry something that could destroy you, or save you. The years have trickled by like sand through your fingers, each one blurring into the next. The raw, sunburned girl who arrived on the Nile is gone, replaced by a young woman who has learned the silent language of survival. You've learned to anticipate the master's moods, to read the mistress's fleeting expressions, and to navigate the treacherous currents of household politics. Favor is a fragile thing, a delicate papyrus scroll that can be torn by a careless word or a single misstep. But you've earned it, piece by piece. You are efficient, quiet, and obedient. You make yourself indispensable, a shadow that keeps the gears of the great house turning smoothly. They start to rely on you, to trust you with small responsibilities, and for the first time in a long time, you feel a flicker of something other than fear. It's not safety, not yet, but it's a foothold on a cliff face. Then everything changes. The secret you carry is no longer just a whisper in the corridors. It's a visible, undeniable truth. You are with child. The household's reaction is a complex tapestry of suspicion, jealousy, and cold calculation. Your position shifts overnight. You are no longer just a useful tool. You are an asset that has unexpectedly increased in value. The master, whose child you carry, sees you differently. There's a possessiveness in his gaze that wasn't there before. You are the vessel of his lineage, a fact that wraps you in a thin, conditional layer of protection. No one would dare strike you now, not while you carry the son of the house. But this protection is a cage of its own. You are watched more closely than ever, your every move scrutinized. The other servants, who once shared knowing glances of solidarity, now look at you with a mixture of envy and resentment. You have crossed a line they cannot, and it isolates you completely. You are trapped, no longer just by your status as property, but by the life growing inside you. When your son is born, the house breathes a collective, cautious sigh. He is healthy, strong, a perfect miniature of his father. For you, his first cry is the most beautiful sound you have ever heard. He is a part of you that no one can ever truly own, a piece of your soul given form. The mistress, whose own bed has been barren, treats you with a chilling, formal caution. She cannot harm you directly, but her disdain is a palpable force in every room you enter. She looks at your child with a hunger that terrifies you. You are a constant, living reminder of her own perceived failure. The other enslaved women keep their distance, wary of the new power dynamic you represent. In this grand house, surrounded by people, you have never been more alone. Your son becomes your entire world, your only anchor in a sea of silent hostility. His small, trusting hand in yours is the only genuine warmth you feel. He is your light in the oppressive darkness, the one pure thing in a life built on compromise and subjugation. You learn to make yourself small again, to raise him in the quiet corners of the estate, away from the prying eyes of the main household. You teach him the names of the gods in hushed tones. Tell him stories of the distant lands you barely remember, and hum melodies from a life that was stolen from you. You shield him from the cruelty of the world you inhabit, creating a small, fragile bubble of innocence around him. You watch him play in the servants' quarters, his laughter a forbidden song that you treasure in your heart. You teach him to be polite, to be deferential, to bow his head to his father and the mistress of the house. You instill in him the same survival instincts that have kept you alive, a bitter but necessary inheritance. Every moment with him is a stolen treasure, a secret rebellion against the fate that has been forced upon you. Protecting him becomes your singular purpose, the driving force of your existence. To the world, he is the master's son, a child of noble birth who will one day inherit land, titles, and power. They see the fine linen he wears, the tutors who are brought in to teach him, the easy confidence he is beginning to develop. They see a boy who belongs. But you see the truth. You see the conflict in his eyes when a guard speaks harshly to you, his mother. You see the invisible line he must walk every single day. He is of this house, but not fully of it. He is of you, but he is not allowed to be. Both of you exist in a liminal space, caught between the world of the masters and the world of the enslaved. You are the bridge he must cross, and you fear the day he will have to choose a side or have it chosen for him. You see the reflection of your own fractured existence in him, a life lived between two worlds, belonging to neither. Every night, as you watch him sleep, a dangerous emotion takes root in your heart: hope. It's a quiet, stubborn thing, a seed planted in barren soil. You hope that he will not inherit your chains. You hope that his life will be more than a gilded cage. You hope that one day he will understand the sacrifices you made, the love that fueled your every silent act of defiance. This hope is your secret rebellion, the one part of you that remains untamed and unbroken. It is the belief that his laughter is not just a fleeting sound, but a promise of something better. It's the conviction that your life, stolen and reshaped as it was, could still be the foundation for his freedom. This hope is a fire you tend in secret, a light that guides you through the endless, suffocating days. Your son laughs in the garden, free for now, but you know freedom never lasts long in this house. You're 34, and the garden no longer smells like fear. For the first time, your name belongs to you. The papyrus feels rough under your fingers, but the ink is dark and clear. It's a deed of manumission, a legal document declaring your freedom. After a lifetime of servitude, the nobleman who owned you has died, and his heir, honoring his final decree, has released you from bondage. The air in the scribe's office is thick with the scent of old scrolls and dust, but to you, it smells like a new beginning. For 19 years, you answered to a name they gave you, a name that meant you were a possession. Today, the scribe writes down the name your mother whispered to you as a child, the one you've kept locked away in your heart. It feels strange to say it aloud, to claim it as your own. This single sheet of papyrus is more than just a legal document. It is the first page of a life you finally get to write for yourself. The years of servitude have carved lines on your face and hardened the calluses on your hands, but they never managed to extinguish the flame within you. You remember the day the nobleman passed. The house was filled with the sounds of ritual mourning, the wails of family members and hired mourners echoing through the halls. But for you and the other servants, there was a heavy, uncertain silence. His death could mean anything being sold to a crueler master, being passed down to his indifferent son, or, as a rare few whispered, freedom. You didn't dare to hope. Hope was a dangerous luxury, a fragile thing that could be shattered with a single word. You simply did your work, your movements precise and automatic, your face an unreadable mask. Then the summons came. You stood before the nobleman's son, a man you had watched grow from a boy, and he read from his father's will. The words washed over you, a current pulling you from the familiar shore of bondage into an unknown sea. She shall be freed, freedom. The word felt foreign on your tongue, a concept you understood only in the abstract, like the tales of the gods. Now it is your reality. The law, which had once been the instrument of your oppression, is now the guarantor of your liberation. For the first time, your future is a blank slate, and you are the one holding the stylus. Your son, born into the same servitude that defined your life, is now a free boy. He stands beside you, his small hand clutching yours, his eyes wide with a mixture of confusion and excitement. He is only 8, but he understands that something monumental has shifted. He will not grow up with the constant, knowing fear of the master's temper. He will not learn to make himself small, to be invisible, to anticipate a blow for a mistake he didn't even know he made. He is free. You pour everything you have into his future. You use the small savings you managed to hide away over the years, the few coins and trinkets you earned or were gifted in moments of a master as rare good mood, to pay for a tutor. You watch him learn to read and write, skills you were never allowed to possess. He traces the hieroglyphs with a careful hand, his brow furrowed in concentration. The world of knowledge, a world that was sealed off from you, is opening up to him. He grows into a young man, not with the bowed head of a servant, but with the straight-backed confidence of someone who knows his own worth. He is kind, his heart untainted by the bitterness that could have so easily taken root. He speaks with respect to everyone, from the wealthiest merchant to the poorest farmer, because you taught him that a person's value is not determined by their station. He becomes a scribe, a respected man in the community, his hands creating the very documents that once sealed your fate. He is your greatest achievement, a living testament to a future you fought for in silence. The small house you now own is modest, a simple mud brick dwelling near the edge of the village, but it is a palace to you. It is yours. The house you left behind, the nobleman's grand estate, was a place of suffocating beauty. Its walls were painted with vibrant scenes of hunts and festivals, but all you saw were gilded bars. Every corridor held a memory of a harsh word, every room a ghost of a punishment delivered or narrowly avoided. The smell of lotus blossoms from the ornamental ponds was always mixed with the metallic tang of fear. Here in your own home, the air is clean. The scent of baking bread and the herbs drying in your small garden fill the space. There are no masters to please, no rules to break, no punishments to fear. The silence is not the tense, watchful silence of a servant, but the calm, easy silence of peace. At night, you lie on your simple mat and listen to the sound of your son's steady breathing in the next room. There are no footsteps in the hall to make your heart race, no angry shouts to shatter the night. The house once filled with the ghosts of your past is now a sanctuary. It is a home built not of bricks and mortar, but of freedom and tranquility. This peace is a balm on the old wounds, a quiet reward for decades of endurance. It is a feeling you never thought you would know, and you cherish it more than any gold or precious stone. One evening, as the sun sets and paints the sky in shades of orange and purple, you sit by your small window and open a worn leather pouch. Inside is a single bracelet, a simple band of faience beads, chipped and faded with age. You slip it from the pouch, its coolness a familiar weight in your palm. It is the only thing you have left from your home, from your real family. You were just a girl when they took you, snatched from your village in Nubia during a raid. You remember the chaos, the smoke, the screams. You remember your mother pressing this bracelet into your hand, her last desperate touch before you were dragged away. For years, you kept it hidden, a dangerous secret that could have earned you a brutal punishment. It was your most precious possession, a tangible link to a life and a name that were stolen from you. You would touch it in the dark, tracing the patterns on the beads, trying to recall your mother's face, the sound of her voice, the language you were forced to forget. It was a source of pain, a constant reminder of all you had lost. But it was also a source of strength, a whisper that you were more than just property. You were someone's daughter. You came from somewhere. Looking at the bracelet now, in the safety of your own home, its meaning has changed. The sharp edges of grief have softened over time. It no longer feels like a relic of a stolen past, but a symbol of your journey. Each chipped bead represents a year of survival, each faded color a trial you overcame. It is a testament not to what was taken, but to what you managed to hold on to. You survived the brutal journey down the Nile. You survived the dehumanization of the slave market. You survived the endless labor, the casual cruelty, the crushing loneliness. You learned to navigate the complex social hierarchy of the household, to be clever, to be resilient. You learned to find moments of quiet defiance, small acts of self-preservation that kept your spirit from breaking. You held on to the memory of your true name, of your mother's love, like a hidden ember. That ember did not die. It smoldered in the darkness for years, and now, in the light of freedom, it has finally been allowed to catch fire. Survival was not a passive act. It was your quiet, daily victory. It was the ultimate rebellion. You were taken as a girl and freed as a woman. You lost everything but your will to endure, and that made you unstoppable.